So this is my fantasy, so I can do whatever I want. I would spend the night and day, or whatever, with Joss Whedon. And we would spend that day convincing a network to re-pick up Firefly and Buffy, and we would spend that rest of that day writing scripts for like a million more seasons, and it would never be taken off the air. Ha ha ha. Okay, what Gabe always says I look like when DJ from Full House was small, but I wouldn't pick Candace Cameron. And I've heard Kelly Osbourne, but I don't think I look like her. Jessica Federa is who'd play me. Yes. Because apparently I look like her. But I don't know her acting abilities, so... If it could be anyone, it doesn't have to look like me, I'd go with Angelina Jolie, because we could turn my life into an action movie and that'd be really funny, and, yeah. Okay, who would play your significant other would be, I would pick Jack Black to play Gabe, so. Okay. If the rule was I could just, like, write down shit, I would go to Amazon.com, because I don't like clicking that add to cart button. It'd have to go all the way back to what I was doing, so I would do Amazon.com if I could. But if it has to be like a real store, or like around here, I'd go with Barnes & Noble or Half Price Books or Hot Topic, because I like some of their stuff. I plead the fifth because there's nothing really I feel guilty about, except for like one thing, but it's a stupid thing, and it doesn't really matter, so I'm not like saying it on YouTube where everybody can hear me. I mean, if you wrote me and asked me, I'd probably say it, but I'm not admitting it on YouTube out loud to everybody, which is weird, but I'm not doing it. I like all my lies. I don't know. Yeah, I like them all. I don't really have one that I dislike that I could, you know, take back. I'd have to dislike one of my lies first. I'm sure there's a few I would if I thought about it, but there's nothing right now that I think I'd take back. Okay. Sleep more because I'm fucking tired. And, well, my days just start. It's only... Well, it's 4, but, I mean, there's more days, so I can still do it, but I still need to clean the rest of this fucking room. Because I started, and then I stopped because I got really, really sleepy the other day. But it's nicer now. Well, see, I can't recommend myself shit, so I'm going to recommend whoever watches this video. One book to read. Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Everybody in the world should read it. Everybody in the world should read all of Neil Gaiman's books, but that's the one book that everybody should read because it's my favorite fucking book, and it's awesome. It's the best book ever. Okay, one movie to watch. The Fifth Element is a great movie. Everybody should watch The Fifth Element. It's an awesome movie. Also, probably, Dead Poets Society is one of my favorite, like, inspiring movies. And it's really, really good. And one band or song to listen to. I think everybody should listen to Ludo. I mean, you might know that Love Me Dead song. That's a pretty good song. They have other good songs. Paramore. Their Riot album's their best. Crush, Crush, Crush is my favorite song. And Let the Flames Begin. Vincent Black Shadow, their first album. I got their second album. I haven't listened to everything yet, but it's really good so far. Fears in the Water is a good song, and Valentine is my favorite song. And just because I know nobody will, I'm just going to say Jamie Madrox, because Sour Patch Bitches is a very good song. And I'm going to be cliche here and say my husband, because I would die for my husband, to save his life or whatever, you know. And I wouldn't die for any of my other family or friends, probably. There's a few I might, but I don't know, like my dad. I'd probably die to save my dad. I would die to save my grandpa. I would die to see my other grandpa alive again, but then he'd be dead, alive, and I'd be dead. But, I mean, to make everybody else happy and see him, I'd do it, because he's the best man I know. Ever known, you know. Okay. It would be called The Orion Project, and the plot would be the same exact plot as my comic book I'm working on with my husband called The Orion Project. And I'm not really going to give you a big plot because it's our comic book, but to give you a rundown, there's this girl who's a slave to these aliens because there was a kind of war, and there's people on other planets that's been terraformed, but Earth was basically destroyed, and these aliens took it over and enslaved the rest of what's there, but most of Earth is unlivable, so yeah. And, you know, and they enslaved them, and there they are. And the boss alien wants the girl for a certain reason that's only known to a few people in the world, how important she is. And so he takes her to his castle and uses her as breeding fodder like many other people there, but she doesn't get bred. She's kind of special. And the King of Mars, yes, Mars has a king because it's like a, you know, fiefdom or whatever the fuck it's called, sends the best space pirate in the business along with his android friend to save her because he can do that, and they go on wacky space adventures trying to keep her away from this alien who really, really wants her because of how special she is, and I'm not going to say why she's special. And there's some religious undertones that's kind of sacrilegious, and that would be the plot. The two main stars would be Rasmus, the space pirate. I would actually like to see him be played by Shia LaBeouf. I don't know if he'd be able to do it, but I just would like to see him try to play Rasmus. I think he could pull it off because, unlike people who want him because he's sexy, because he is sexy, I actually have very much faith in his acting ability, and I think he's a great actor. And he's hilarious. Okay. And Jade would be played, she's Egyptian. So, if you could find some really, really, really hot Egyptian chick with, like, medium-sized breasts, yeah, that'd be willing to wear just, like, a bra and some pants with, like, a fishnet top that's kind of ripped, well, do that. She doesn't look Egyptian, but the Indian mom from the Namesake movie is kind of hot, and I'd like to see her maybe do it. Maybe Jade from Sweetbox, who's not from Sweetbox anymore. She kind of could do it, but she's not dark enough because, you know, Jade's Egyptian. Anyway, so, now I'm done, and I'm going to go away now, and I will go through this later and edit it, and, so there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Live long and prosper.
I'm in the business of misery. Let's take it from the top. She's got a body